Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and the Atlanta Falcons are losing yet again. I do not think they've won a game this year. They've thrown away 2 so far, and it looks like the Carolina Panthers are going to do them in so far. That's what it looks like. Now, I did smoke a brisket this weekend, and I did record a little bit of it. I wanted to show those of you that haven't seen this. This was when I just took the brisket out of the smoker and I was about to wrap it. Okay, now I just took the brisket off the smoker. I'm about to take these out. Look at that juiciness right there. I'm about to take these out of here, and I'm going to wrap them. And it was as good as it looks. Now, let's get going. Bond Crypt sent me this. SEC commissioner warns Ethereum's DeFi token could be securities. During the LA Blockchain Summit, according to Pierce, tokens distributed by airdrop could also be classified as securities under U.S. law. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Okay. XRP Crypto Wolf Ripple is hiring a senior manager of treasury. Ripple's senior manager of treasury will work with banks and financial institutions worldwide, support product testing as RippleNet expands in geography and use cases, along with developing short and long-term XRP forecast models. That should be interesting. Also, XRP Crypto Wolf, Bank of Japan is prepping digital currency trials for early 2021. Japan's central bank has 2 proof of concept phases in the works, which may start as early as April 2021. These proof of concepts may one day lead to a pilot for a CBDC. Somebody is sending me a text. I'm trying to see what this is. Okay. All right. Moving along, Chinu Patel sent me this. This is interesting right here. Anthony Pompliano had tweeted this out. There are at least 513,542 Bitcoin currently held in corporate balance sheets. And this is the total, and we've seen the news from MicroStrategy. We know about Galaxy, that's Mike Novogratz firm. Square just announced this week that they had bought like $50 million worth of Bitcoin. And then here's the others. Grayscale we know of. I didn't know about these others. But anyway, total of 513,542 Bitcoin held by just those companies. That's 10 companies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 companies. So 8 companies hold 513. The total amount of Bitcoin that there ever is supposed to be is 21 million. Many of those million have already been lost because some people lost the keys. So, but just think 21 million there. All right. Because I'm going to make a point. XRP Bart. This is another tweet from Mike Novogratz. PayPal and PolySign incoming. That's what I said. But Mike Novogratz had tweeted this out. It's coming, and it will be the biggest news for Bitcoin in 2020. And it's been a big news year. Just reading tea leaves here. And he's tweeting this out from Andy Edstrom. Square stock is crushing PayPal stock. Square does Bitcoin. PayPal doesn't. Wences seems to have left the PayPal board. He's missing from the website board listing. PayPal Bitcoin service imminent. Okay. Now, many of you may or may not remember this, but this is from back in June 22nd. PayPal, Venmo to roll out crypto buying and selling sources. Okay. And this whole thing is about how PayPal and Venmo are going to start to sell crypto. All right. It says, my understanding is that they are going to allow buys and sells of crypto directly from PayPal and Venmo in a well-placed industry source told CoinDesk. They're going to have some sort of built-in wallet functionality so you can store it there. And then down here, it talks about how they're hiring people for blockchain. So I went to look and see if I could find some. If you do a Google for PayPal blockchain jobs, they have been hiring in the last 18 days, 9 days, 4 days. So it is happening. Okay, it's just a matter of, and as I recall, they're supposed to roll it out this year. Now, this guy is the guy from MicroStrategy, and he's apparently a Bitcoin maxi. He says 99.9% of the money in the world is invested in assets like cash, stocks, gold, bonds, gold, and real estate. Bitcoin is competing with alt assets, not altcoins. Educating the majority should be more constructive than debating the minority. Well, this guy, although he is right that Bitcoin is going to be a thing, he's wrong about altcoins. And I replied to his tweet. I said, I'll just leave this here. It's Ryan Zagon talking about how proof of work does not work. And so I gave that to Michael Saylor so that he could hopefully digest it. Now, let's go back to the overall point, which is this. 513,542 Bitcoin held on these balance sheets. It's only 8 companies. Okay, so let's go to here. There are 630,000 public companies across the world. 630,000 publicly traded companies. And there's only 8 right now that we're dealing with. That right there in itself should tell you a whole lot about what is about to happen and where all this is going. Okay, I thought this was an interesting tweet. How Elon Musk's 42,000 Starlink satellites could change Earth. Business Insider. That's from James Rule, XRP. And I'm not going to go into the article, but these 42,000 Starlink satellites, a day sooner rather than later, you and I are going to be getting Starlink satellites, these little dishes to put on our roofs so that we can get internet. That's what's about to happen. Probably a lot sooner than we think. Okay, XRP Wizard had sent me this. Crypto banks are going to swallow fiat banks in 3 years or even less. It says within a few years, a younger generation of financial services customers are going to be able to walk into a bank and gain access to credit products, savings accounts, and investments that can host both crypto and fiat assets. I don't know that they're going to be walking into a bank. They may be doing it on their phone. You probably already know that Kraken, a cryptocurrency exchange based out of San Francisco, is now the first ever cryptocurrency business in the United States to become a bank. It says down here, it says Kraken is currently working with Silvergate Bank to offer SWIFT and FedWire funding options to U.S. customers. Now, many of you may not have ever heard of Silvergate Bank. This is Silvergate Bank, and you'll never know who happens to be one of the big investors in Silvergate Bank. Yes, that would be the Digital Currency Group, which owns, is an owner in Coinbase and in Ripple. And also Silvergate Bank, if you look on their board of directors, there's a guy that was the legal counsel, either was or is the legal counsel at Coinbase. Small world, right? Okay, the XRP Ledger Foundation had tweeted this out today, a follow-up by the XRP Ledger Foundation. A couple of weeks ago, we announced the beginning of the XRP Ledger Foundation. We've been busy since then and felt it was important to address some of the questions that we've seen on social media. What isn't the XRP Ledger Foundation? And then does this mean that the XRP Ledger Foundation doesn't care about the community? Far from that. It says who's behind the foundation? This was the interesting part. While clearly recognizing that their placeholders, Vitsevin and Bahar Chari, are currently spearheading the process, this includes things like incorporating compliance, legal requirements, identifying a strong board who will be able to drive the mission of the foundation. Members of this board may or may not be from the community, but will bring a wide range of skills to the table. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. So anyway, this foundation is getting going, and I thought that was interesting. Now, I was watching Maria Bartiromo on the news today, and I just wanted to throw this out there. I don't get into politics on this channel, but I wanted to show this because I believe that we are about to see something unfold in the United States that's going to shake the foundations of this country and maybe of the world, because I've been watching the news a lot lately. And just listen to what this guy says. This guy was the former Director of National Intelligence. And I want you to listen to what he says. That I believe that we're about to have an October surprise, and there's no telling how it's going to affect the world. I want you to listen to this.
So, Rick, you have said that according to Ratcliffe's this declassification, we have now proof that Obama and Biden directed their administration to use the powers of the government to attack their political enemy, that being Donald Trump. Who, in your opinion, was the mastermind? And tell me what was going on here.
Well, we now know that not only was this a Russian collusion hoax, but that it was known to be a Russian collusion hoax by career intelligence officials. And that's a really big distinction. We now know that insiders in the government, at the CIA, at DOJ, at FBI, they knew that this was a Russian collusion hoax, and they allowed it to go forward for a variety of reasons. They were convinced that Hillary would win, and they didn't really want to challenge Goliath. They thought that their careers could be benefited if they just shut up. But here is the key to this whole argument that politicians in Washington need to focus on. I would also say the president's cabinet members and the inspector generals all need to focus on. Right now we have Comey and Brennan and others saying that they didn't know that this was a Russian collusion hoax. Their people knew, and so what we need to figure out is what level are these individuals going to go to jail. Somebody needs to go to jail and be prosecuted first, obviously, and this is a slam dunk. They lied to the American people. They knew a truth and they hid the truth. This can never happen again. We cannot allow our government to weaponize information to hold it back. You know, now we've got Joe Biden literally saying that the American people don't deserve certain information. He got caught on a camera saying that. This is the ways of Washington. We need transparency, Maria. It's a very foreign concept in Washington, D.C., but the American people need to understand that those in Washington are hiding information from them. They think we're stupid.
I wanted to show you that because regardless of what your political leanings are, I believe something is this is about to shake the foundations of this country, because they're talking about a lot of three-letter agencies and people going to jail now. This should be interesting to watch. Now, iTrustCapital had tweeted this out a few days ago. What should we add next, staking or lending? So what they're talking about, I'm hoping that they're going to do staking. I think that what they're talking about, now remember, iTrustCapital, I have a Roth IRA there. It allows you to put your XRP, to buy XRP or gold on the blockchain or Bitcoin, other digital assets. You can buy it inside of a Roth IRA or a regular IRA, and it will either grow tax deferred or tax free inside of these things. And in the description of all of my videos, there's a coupon code where you can get a month free. Also, if you're rolling a 401k, you can create an IRA there and roll it into one of their IRAs. It's really cool. So if you've been laid off or something, but now they're talking about possibly paying interest on these digital assets inside of the thing as well. Now that is exciting, really exciting. Or lending. That's crazy. Okay. We're going into this week. This is going to be an exciting week. October 14th and 15th is Ripple Swell 2020. I will be there. I got my invitation. I'm also going to do like some kind of a meeting with David Schwartz. He sent me a message the other day, and I'm going to get to go into a meeting about, I guess, all kinds of things. We'll see. I really don't know what it's going to be about. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that this week is Ripple Swell. Thanks for listening.
Every day, billions of people around the world are mocked, ridiculed, laughed at, and embarrassed by their friends, family, and even strangers. These people go through their days knowing there are secrets being kept from them. They hear the faint whispers behind closed doors. The information and knowledge is held very close and only shared with others who were fortunate enough to find out. Feeling lost, rejected, and ostracized, these people give up, never finding out what digital assets the digital asset investor holds. but there is hope. Join the free Digital Asset Investor email newsletter and find out what digital assets he owns each month, including investments he's considering. Click the link in the description of this video or go to digitalassetinvestornewsletter.com. Put an end to your days of gloom and depression. Join the greatest free digital asset email newsletter ever created.